that point, a lot of Americans have gripes with the healthcare industry. It transcends parties. We're seeing that play out right now during the government shutdown. A lot of Americans are one health issue away from it completely bankrupting them. But a lot of Americans, most Americans, I would say, draw the line at murder and say, this is an issue, but I'm deeply uncomfortable with celebrating someone who gunned someone down on the streets of Manhattan in almost broad daylight. And I think something that was disturbing that you pointed out in the book is that there were so many cheers of Free Luigi outside of the courtroom that 15 floors up, you could hear them. And you were there, you were outside the courtroom at points. And I want to talk about that atmosphere because you said a woman came to there for the spectacle, another came to support class solidarity, and those weren't the answers you were expecting. So talk to us about that atmosphere and what answers were you expecting, and how were you surprised by how it all played out?
Well, I was expecting more the healthcare issue because that was like front and center. And I was surprised that the first person I went up to basically said, no, it's a class issue. It's a struggle against extreme capitalism. Uh, and I think there was a fair number of those people there who had, a sense of that this was, I don't know, they're both political acts, but one feels more commercial, I guess, than, uh, you know, I mean, those outside the courthouse scenes tend to attract a certain type of people who are fired up for one reason or another. I think, people there's a really lot of lazy stuff about how there's all young women who are thirsty for his good looks. I think it's actually more middle-aged women who feel maternal. That was my impression, or at least it's 50-50. But people like, I guess TV cameras like to show pretty young ladies, and so they emphasize that angle. I don't know why, or it trivializes it or whatever. Um, but I don't think that's super representative. I think what's more concerning is ordinary folks saying, "Oh, well, I don't, I'm against murder, but in this case, I see their point." I mean, that is could lead to some real problems in this country because a lot of us see that point, and we're against murder. But I mean, that's a really uncomfortable place to be, uh, and I think if Luigi Mangione intended to raise that question in people's minds, like I'm against murder, but why did I put a but in there? And uh, then that was a pretty radical thing to do. Maybe that was his intention. I'm not really sure.